first of all, I would like to thank all the curators and organizers for this wonderful, remarkable exhibition and symposium. And thank you, Professor Bhatt, for inviting me here. And it feels great to see this group, how this group has evolved over years. So I was a doctoral fellow at CCA in 2018. And today, for the next 10 minutes, I think I'm going to present some of my research on this group. And I would like to highlight some key points that have resonated with me and impacted me the most. So my first interaction with this group was through by pursuing its published material. As you can see, this is the Problem is series, the first publication of the series. So the entire series is part not only a much needed conversation on the role and responsibility of architects, but also it's fostered a climate of critical thinking in order to look at potential possibilities in the problem. So, and that's the topic of my discussion today, transitioning the problem to the possibilities. Mm-hmm. As you can see in this slide, some of their approach that it could be transferring sulfur waste to concrete block, or transferring drainage, industrial drainage pipe into roofing material, or garbage bag into solar heating object. So all this approach, so their primary goal was to utilizing these various materials and self-built techniques. And they tried to, through this utilizing various materials and self-built techniques, they tried to address the problem of human settlements with minimum cost. But none of these endeavors were meant for any particular region or particular location, or was dedicated for any particular group of people. So my concentration was on the housing research of this group, which marks as the second phase, which starts after the Problem is series. And during this phase, all their design approaches and their techniques that developed in the Problem is series were envisioned for localized implementation. And low-cost urban shelter is one such kind of project. It initiated in 1983 and culminated in 1986, a very short-lived project. And it was in Indore. It's some cities in India. So. So the basic idea of this, primary goal of this project was to develop and subsequently implement new low-cost technologies and non-conventional planning methods in plots which are dedicated for low-income group people in Indore, which is a city in India. But what was most interesting to me was the pedagogy of this project placed a strong emphasis on knowledge acquisition in slums. So slum was an issue which was often disregarded as, it's always disregarded and seen as a metaphor or a cultural sign for underprivileged or the flaws of the underdeveloped, marginalized communities, not just only in India, but most of the cities of the global south. So I was particularly interested in looking at the political backdrop surrounding the examination of the slums, and also the institutional supports that it was receiving to understand the complex discourse around development and poverty. Because this advocacy for slum represents a notable change in the societal perspectives, which shows that there was an increasing awareness of environment, anti-colonial movement, or also human rights movements. So I think in this context, the work of minimum cost housing group was significant, which extend beyond the realm of architecture and planning, and also for other disciplines that addresses interrelated challenges of similar kind of issues such as forced displacement, human rights, crises, poverty, and environment. And this is very important because all these issues are very critical even for today, and also we have to work on these issues in the future. Investigation was the role of architecture building or classroom as a setting for educational activities and in what ways it can enhance the educational experience. So in this particular instance, we have seen that the traditional educational settings such as a school building or classroom or studios were eliminated as a learning venue. And instead, slums or the places of slums or marginalized communities emerged as a crucial site for education, serving as both tangible environment, providing to physically examine places and directly interacting with the constructed surroundings. And it also became a source for developing alternative teaching methods. So I was basically interested in looking at the shifts in this educational setting, how this shift in educational setting was manifested in curriculum design or studio assignments or instructions or studio instructional materials, techniques, and other pertinent documents. So this team conducted an in-depth study of pre-existing slum and also designed informal communities, and they conducted interviews with individuals living in slum. They collected demographic information, maps, they prepared questionnaires, and they have also recorded their spatial use. Spatial use, and this was done by preparation of drawing accompanied by observational notes and mostly photographs. And also this group has conducted a design build simulation project in order to assess all the findings and the results that came out from these studies to better understand how spaces are produced in informal settlement. So, and these results served as a foundation for the development of proposal that used low-cost technology and new planning approach dedicated to plots for low-income group people. So I think this extending one's educational experience outside of traditional boundaries of school premises and educational spaces. One hand, it enables researchers or students to get vital insights and cultivate a profound comprehension of the subject matter. And also, on the other hand, it advocates for an interdisciplinary strategy that brings together many disciplines such as anthropology, sociology, or other planning to understand the to have the profound comprehension of the issue. So my last point was that this project also fostered a sense of global collaboration and exchange, bringing together participants to contribute their perspectives and concepts. This group engaged in collaboration and researchers with experts from other fields, including Vastu Shilpa Foundation, then World Bank, International Development Agency, the Ministry of Housing and Public Works in India, then Indoor Development Authority are among some of them. So, and also there were some student exchange, such as 2 Vastu Shilpa Foundation staff participated in the graduate diploma program in minimum cost housing group, and similar kind of program was not present at that moment in India. And also graduate students from McGill during summer, they worked in India and they gained practical experiences. So I think this project could be seen as playing a huge significant role in students, in stimulating student career interests in what was a neglected field for professionals in developing countries. And the objective of this project was also to distribute research results of the collaborative project among students, professionals, planners, and architects, as well as other working in related fields in India and abroad through publication and by organizing public lectures and workshops. So I think this approach of knowledge acquisition, this approach kind of reformed the traditional approach to knowledge acquisition and dissemination. So by embracing a diverse range of perspective and insights, this paradigm challenged the long-standing dominance of singular authorities and paved the way for more inclusive and comprehensive understanding of knowledge production. So in the end, I would like to, for my understanding, I think that I would like to propose that minimum cost housing group became a unifying factor that brings together all stakeholders or like-minded researchers, scholars, or students. It became a hub, unifying factor in the ongoing process of societal. Want to return to my initial point of departure today, the problem, transitioning the problem to the possibilities. So I think if a problem possesses the inherent capacity to generate opportunities to architecture development, then what should be our question? What this historical study can give us, how this historical study can give us some direction. So I think, so what question we might ask now when applied to architecture planning, what exactly does people of global majority mean? In what ways do people of global majority engage with design, or what is the potential role of architects within the realm of architecture practices for individuals belonging to the global majority? Thank you, everyone.